Hey everybody, Jacob Saenz, Coldwell Banker Tech out here in Mandeville, Louisiana, heading off to the office. And I had a question earlier from one of my clients. We're looking at new construction homes. I have a few clients looking at new construction right now. We're out visiting some sites on a few different builders. And this client in particular had asked me why someone would choose to go through the process without their own realtor. That had him confused. He knows that he's had a friend that did not choose to go with their own realtor, that went through the process simply through the builder themselves. And so like I told him, I'll fill you guys in, like I told him, not everybody's aware that they have the option to go with their own realtor. A lot of times people are walking directly into these builders' sites, and those sites have a rep there. They have a rep available to help all the clients that are coming in, taking a look at their properties. Well, the thing about that is typically, and not always, but typically, most of the time, those reps are not realtors. They're not by any means a realtor. 9 out of 10 of them generally don't even have their real estate license. In many cases, there are builders that discourage the reps from having those licenses. They don't really want reps that carry real estate licenses. And the reason being that when you have your real estate license, you are under certain ethic codes that you need to follow. And if you have a rep that is not carrying that license, they obviously don't need to follow those ethic codes. So it's kind of a bonus, because when you look at those reps are there representing their company or the builder. Now, you know, there's some great reps. I'm not trying to give all the reps out there a bad name for these companies. There's some great reps. I work with a lot of them, but you do need to be aware, and even these great reps that they have out there will tell you there are some very bad reps there also. So if you have the unfortunate series of events that leads you to dealing with one of those reps, you could have a very bad experience. So let's get into why, what benefit is there having your own realtor, or what's the downside? And real quick, let's get into the downside of having a realtor, because there really isn't any as a buyer. When you look at it, does it cost you any money? No, it doesn't. It's being paid by the seller, which in this case would be the new construction builder. The builder is paying for your representation. Now, can you get a better deal on the home if you don't have your own representation? Nope. Doesn't matter. They're not going to cut you any better deal. So in fact, really, it's a bonus to them if you're not using a rep, because they're just going to make more money on that transaction than they expected. So they are already implementing the cost of that realtor in every transaction. So you're not saving any money by not having your own representation, and really you would never want to do that. By having it, when you look at the upside of having a realtor, there's plenty of things that are going to help you out, plenty of upside to it. Most cases, if you have a realtor, an agent that's familiar with the builder, they're familiar with the way that they build, they're familiar with their practices, so they know what to expect, and they can kind of babysit your build along the way. Because you, being that it may be your first time, you're not really typically knowing the process of what to look for. The other thing is, many reps, including myself, we may sell multiple homes within one subdivision. So we're also familiar with, who that super may be, some of the things that they may have had problems with along the way that we want to make sure isn't going to be a problem on the build of your home. So you have someone that actually is going to be able to babysit your home and make sure, throughout every few months, go out and take a visit and take a look and make sure that the process is running along smoothly. So that's number one. Number two is you have someone that's familiar with the area. They should be able to help you pick the best lot for you, what you're looking for in terms of traffic flow, in terms of, a lot of people don't even think about this, but a lot of times where the sun is going to rise and set, that's a big deal to a lot of people that don't even realize that's a big deal till they're already in the home. And they're like, wow, I wouldn't have bought this home had I known it was so dark on this side of the house. So there's a lot of things that the realtor is going to bring up to you because they're used to that process. And when I say this, I also know that you have to be aware. I'm guessing that you're picking a realtor that's experienced with new construction, and that the construction company or the builder that you're working with. So you definitely want to make sure you have someone that's familiar with that process. But anyways, guys, just know that you definitely do not want to go in with no representation. There is no advantage to you to do that. I will tell you to be careful when you walk into one of these builder sites. They will ask you if you're working with a realtor. And my advice to you is, even if you're not at that time working with a realtor, say you're working with a realtor. And if they ask you, okay, well, what is the name of the realtor? Just say, well, I don't remember offhand. I'll have to get that information to you later. Okay? And you want to preserve the right to have your own representation, because if you walk into the site and you say, well, no, I don't have my own realtor, and they're going to say, great, we can handle it all ourselves and take care of you ourselves. And like I said, they're great people, and you're going to be like, sure, okay, great. And if you decide later on down the line you do want a realtor, you cannot have one. And I've had a client that had reached out to me about a couple of weeks after they had gone in and started, taking a look, and had already said that they weren't with a realtor. Then they found me and said, hey, can you represent me? I let them know that, look, generally that's not going to happen. And, they're not going to allow that. Sure enough, no, it was not allowed. They had already walked in and had already told them that they weren't working with someone, and they wanted to move forward either way. So just be careful with that, guys. So I hope that helps anyone out there looking for new homes, new construction. When you're out there and you see those signs, hey, blah, 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 ABC builder, open house, or ABC builder model home, and you go in there, that's great. Go be curious, go do your thing. Just be aware when they ask you if you're working with a realtor, preserve your right to work with one and say, yes, I am working with a realtor. And so if you can't think of anyone, my name is always a good name to know. No, I'm just kidding, guys. But, if you would like me to help, definitely do so. Let them know, yes, I'm working with Jacob Saenz, Coldwell Banker Tech. They'll put that in there that you are working with a realtor, and then give me a call and let me know, and I can pick up from there, and we can make sure and go through the process together on that, and make sure that you guys get everything you want out of your home, and you're put through the process as quickly and as smoothly as possible. So hope everybody is doing good, and I hope that information helps. And enjoy the first day. Well, at least today for me, it's the first day, no humidity. It is beautiful. It's gorgeous out here. So I'm really looking forward to getting rid of the summer. So anyways, guys, talk soon. Bye.